Hello, ladies and gents. Matt and Will here, West Barks Gaming. Yay! We are playing Will's first on-camera game of 8th edition. We have played a couple of practice games beforehand, but this is going to be...
just a couple of small games.
Yeah. We attempted an 8,000 point game that didn't go very well. So today we are playing... what are we playing? 3,500 points.
3,500 points.
Of each, yes, obviously. It's Imperium versus Imperium, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I've got a bit of fluff for mine.
Okay, cool.
Which you'll see when you see the army.
Excellent, okay. So I am bringing AdMech Imperial Fists and a Knight. And Will is bringing...
Dark Angel Successor.
Yep.
With one Primaris dude.
Okay, obviously, yeah.
And 2 Knights.
Okay, cool. So this should be interesting. This is the board we're playing on. First time we've really used the gravelly stuff. We think it looks quite cool.
Yeah.
Hopefully everybody else does too. And let us know if you don't and why, and we'll change it or whatever. Yes, so coming up, we will go over the armies, we'll go through deployment, and we'll talk through the scenario that we're playing. And hope you enjoy it. Okay, so this is the board we're going on today. We are playing Maelstrom mission number 5,
yes.
Contact Lost. Cloak and Shadows, I beg your pardon, Cloak and Shadows. We are playing Spearhead Assault. So it's pretty much Dawn of War in that we play short edge to short edge, but we only come on 12 inches, and then we've got the diagonal, or sort of the arrow-shaped deployment zone, which is 18 inches away at the closest point. We've got 6 objectives. We've got one somewhere down here. Down here is number 3. We've got number 6, I beg your pardon, in that crater. Number 2 down here in the building in No Man's Land. 4 in the pretty much the bang on the centre of the table. Number 1 is over there, and number 5 is down here by these barrels. So Will has chosen this side of the board to deploy on. He won the roll-off. I put down the last objective marker. So he is deploying this way because, and I quote, I'm going to be honest, I kind of want this building.
Pretty much.
Which is fair enough. So that's fine. So I will be deploying on this side of the board. So Will is going to be getting quite a bit of line of sight blocking terrain, but there's some terrain for me as well, so that's okay. So Cloak and Shadows, we draw 3 objectives per turn.
Yep.
We keep them secret from each other
keep it safe.
Until they've been scored, at which point we obviously announce that we've scored them. There is also the additional rule called Cover of Darkness, which means when rolling to hit in the shooting phase, subtract 1 from the roll if the target is more than 18 inches away.
Yep.
So that'll make things a little bit interesting, I think.
Yeah.
Variable game length, we have Slay the Warlord, First Blood, and Linebreaker. And there is an additional stratagem in play for this game, which costs 1 command point. And what happens is you select an enemy unit. For the duration of your turn, your units can shoot at that unit without penalty from Cover of Darkness. So you ignore the -1 essentially, which is pretty handy.
Yeah.
So yes, command point wise, Will's got 6 because he's just got the battalion and Battle Forged. I'm on 7 because I've got a battalion, a vanguard, and I'm Battle Forged as well. So I am deploying first. So we'll get on to deployment, and we'll come back after that, and then we'll do a roll for Cs and things like that. Okay, folks, here is 3,499 points of Imperium. We've got an AdMech battalion, and it's an auxiliary super heavy detachment with the Knight, and I want to say Vanguard detachment is the elite heavy one.
Yes.
With the Imperial Fists. So Warlord is Belisarius Call. He obviously comes stock with his Solar Atomizer, Mechadendrite Hive, Omniscient Axe, and an Arc Claw I think he's got. Haven't chosen the Warlord trait yet, we'll go over that during deployment. Second HQ in the battalion is a Tech Priest Dominus. He has his Omniscient Axe, a Volkite Blaster, and a Phosphor Serpenta. Into troops, we've got a 10-man Vanguard squad. There are 2 Plasma Calivers in there and an Omnispecs. Second troop, we've got a 5-man Vanguard squad. In there are 2 arc rifles, and the Alpha has an arc pistol and arc maul. Third troop, 5 Rangers, 2 Transuranic Arquebuy, and an Omnispex. We've then got a unit of destroyers with heavy grav cannons and phosphor blasters. A unit of destroyers, no, breachers even, a unit of breachers with torsion cannons and arc claws. We've got a Dune Crawler at the back with neutron laser, Cognis heavy stubber, a second heavy stubber, and he's got an enhanced data tether. This guy in the middle, this Dune Crawler, has the Icarus array, and he's also got the data tether. The Imperial Knight, we have a Warden. He's got the Avenger Gatling Cannon, Thunderstrike Gauntlet. He's upgraded his heavy stubber to a Melter Gun, and he's got the Storm Spear rocket pod on the top. And finally, well, not finally, but into the Imperial Fists Vanguard detachment. So the thinking behind this, when Will and I decided to play, is I wanted to have a stationary, sort of entrenched defender style portion of the army, which the AdMech are going to form, and then a sort of rapid strike relief force style section of the army, and that's where the Imperial Fists have come in. So we have got a captain in Terminator armor with Storm Shield and Relic Blade. We've got a 5-man Terminator assault squad. The fists and chain fists are actually Thunderhammers, and they've got Thunderhammer and Storm Shield. The guy with the white helmet in the middle is the sergeant there. We've got a 6-man Vanguard veteran squad. The guy in the middle, just there, is the sergeant. He's got a Relic Blade and bolt pistol. We've got 2 with power axes and storm shields, 1 with a power fist and bolt pistol, 1 with a power sword and bolt pistol, and 1 with a power fist and storm shield. We've got a 5-man Cataphracti Terminator squad. Guy on the far right without his helmet is the sergeant. He's got Combi Bolter and Lightning Claw. Then there are 2 power fists, 2 chain fists, and a heavy flamer in there. We have another 5-man Cataphracti Terminator squad. Sergeant, again without the helmet, has Grenade Harness, Combi Bolter, and Chain Fist. There are 2 power fists and 2 lightning claws in there, and there's a heavy flamer on the guy in the middle at the back. And finally, we have the Fire Raptor. Slight bit of non-WYSIWYG. In fact, the only bit of non-WYSIWYG in my army is the autocannons are actually quad heavy bolters. But otherwise, he comes completely standard. I haven't upgraded to the las cannons. I've just kept it as the Hellstrike batteries or Hellstrike launchers. Yeah, so that's 3,499 points of Imperium. And we'll see now what Will has got. And looking over the table at him setting his stuff out for videoing doesn't look very pleasant. But we'll see. So yeah, Dark Angel Successors coming up. Okay, so this is 3,496 points of Dark Angel Successors and Knights. Yeah. I'm not overly looking... Well, no, no, that's wrong. I'm looking forward to playing against it. I'm not particularly confident. Yeah, let's go with that. Let's go with that. Okay, so it's a battalion detachment and 2 super heavy auxiliaries.
That's correct.
Excellent. So let's start with the HQ for the battalion.
Okay, so we've got a captain in Gravis armor.
Yep.
Who's the new Primaris dude.
Yep.
And he's ostensibly leading the army under the supervision of the chaplain.
Ooh, I like it. Yeah.
And the fluff behind this.
Is the chaplain WYSIWYG?
No, he's got a bolt pistol, no power fist, just a crazy bolt pistol.
Yep, and obviously this guy's WYSIWYG because that's all you can get, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay, so let's move on to troops.
Troops, we have got 3 10-man tactical squads.
Yeah.
Who each have 1 melter and a heavy bolter in.
Okay.
And they're going to be combat squadded.
Sure.
Because they've also taken, as part of the detachment, where you can get his 3 Razorbacks.
I do like those turrets.
Yeah, no, they're much
very
better
cool.
than the Forge World ones are the only place you can get.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Ones, I guess.
Elite?
Elite is...
Las Plaz, obviously.
Yes, Las. Elite, we've got 5... should mention, this is actually using just the Space Marine
Yep.
keyword rather than Dark Angels, because
Okay.
Dark Angels can't take Tartaros or Contemptors.
Okay, sure.
So 5 Tartaros Terminators.
Mm-hmm.
They've all got Combi Bolters and Power Fists.
Okay, awesome. And the guy with the bobbly bits on the back of his head is the sergeant, I
Yes,
assume,
yes.
but it doesn't have a grenade harness.
No grenade.
Okay, dokes.
And then 2 Contemptors with the Kore's Cannon and Power Fist.
Okay, that's worrying.
Rig.
Heavy support.
Heavy support, we've got a Predator with
Yep.
the Predator Auto Cannon
Yep,
and 2 Las Cannons.
excellent.
And 2 Land Raiders.
Yeah.
Normal Land Raiders, so Las and Heavy Bolters.
Okay.
And then in the 2, we've got 2 Knight Paladins.
Okay.
So battle cannons. Instead of stubbers, they've got melters.
Okay.
And also, I should say, every tank has got a hunter killer missile as well.
Ugh.
Just because I needed to fill out the points.
Okay, that's fair enough. All right. So why is your captain under suspicion of?
It's not that. He's on a senior management training day.
Okay.
So the rest of his troops have got the day off, and he's doing like a training exercise
Sure.
where he's leading this force. And
That makes sense.
And the chaplain is his assessor, essentially.
Okay, I like
And if
it.
he fails, he gets shot in the face.
Yep, brilliant. Okay, so we've got a rookie
Yeah.
Space Marine
So,
captain
Like, I mean,
going up
doesn't have-
against the 10,000-year-old AdMech.
yeah, it doesn't have to be your
Thank Priest.
your headcanon, but my headcanon is that this is like a big organised training thing.
Okay.
Although they're using live fire,
Yeah.
we're not enemies, we're just...
Okay, no, I like it.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay, so yeah, that's give or take 3,500 points of Dark Angel successors and knights. We've seen the AdMech and the Fists, and yeah, let's get this table set up, and we'll come back and show you when we've got the scenario organised. Okay, so that's the end of deployment. I managed to finish deploying first, even though Will was
Annoyingly.
100% confident he was going to, because he'd miscalculated some stuff.
Yep.
We've got a small squad of Vanguard here. They're going to try and run round to this objective, depending on what cards I draw. We've got the Rangers holding the building at the back, with their 2 Arquebuses. Again, big range over the table. The 2 Dune Crawlers just in front of them, holding on to objective number 5, with the Dominus behind, giving his little reroll bubble and being able to fix the Dune Crawlers. The Knight is at the back. I know that's probably not the most sensible thing, but I don't really want him getting double charged by Knights, so he's going to stay there.
Well, to be fair, you probably did a lot of your deployment thinking I was going first.
I did. That is true, actually.
It was
I
at the
did.
end that we realised.
Yeah, I did. It was quite a reactive
Yeah.
deployment, I guess. Call in the middle. His Warlord trait is +1 leadership for everything within 6. We've got the Destroyers in front of him, the Breachers to his left, and the bigger squad of Vanguard in the centre. They can either run up to one of these 2, or they can run up to one of... They can then run up to either one of those objectives as required.
Yep.
And the Fire Raptor is on the table. And then for me, in reserve, I have all of my Terminators and my Vanguard are all opting to Deep Strike. So that'll be fun for Will
Yes.
when they come crashing down. So Will's deployment, we've got a Razorback with a 5-man squad with a melter gun in.
Yep.
He's combat squadded all his tacticals.
Yep.
We've got 3
Three
tactical squads, or 3 combat squads rather, with heavy bolters.
on there, 1 on the floor.
2 in the
below,
building
and 1
and 1 in the crater. Second Razorback with 5 men and a melter gun and the sergeant. 2 Land Raiders at the back.
Yep.
The captain and chaplain. The captain's your warlord.
Yes.
And he's also got +1 leadership.
Yep.
2 Contemptors in the middle. The Knight Paladins at the front. Third combat squad. That again, sergeant and melter gun.
Yep.
And the Predator. And in reserve for you, you have your 5-man Terminator squad.
Yes, indeed.
And obviously everybody else is in the vehicles. Yep. So that's that. I'm going first because Will can't count.
Pretty much.
So let's do C's, I guess.
Yeah, this is where we find out that I am going first.
If you do this, I might punch you. That's a 2. There it is over there. Yeah. Okay, so the better half of the Imperium.
Well, we'll find out.
Turn 1 coming up. Okay, so before the game begins, or before the first turn, I have to declare a Canticle of the Omnissiah. I'm doing Shroud Psalm because everybody's in bubbles of reroll 1s anyway, and the rest of them seem to be mostly combat-y. So everybody counts as being in cover. even if they're not, which is nice. Or well, rather, all the AdMech counts as being in cover. So not the Knight, not the Fire Raptor, and not any Imperial Fists that I may bring in during my turn. So given that this is a secret objective game, what we've decided is we're each going to film our objectives while the other person's not looking. We're not going to say what they are, we'll just show you the cards, and then obviously as and when we score them, we'll announce them. So turn 1, we draw 3. So I have, if Will's not looking, I have that one, which is going to be very tricky, but potentially doable. I have this one, which is achievable, and I have this one, which is also achievable. So that's my objectives this turn, and we'll get on to AdMech, and we'll get on to Good Imperial turn 1. Alright, so that's the end of movement in turn 1 for the Good Imperium.
Yep.
Or Imperium proper, let's say that. So these guys advanced forwards. They rolled a 3, so they didn't get massively far, but they were out of range of everything, so I figured why not. The Rangers, the Dune Crawlers, the Tech Priest all stayed still, and everything else mostly moved up. The Knight sort of shimmied round a bit to try and block off this corner for deep striking, really. As we said, the Vanguard, the Destroyers, the Breachers, and Call have moved forwards. The Fire Raptor has moved up in a straight line because he's got a bead on the Predator at the back. As you can see, the Vanguard have come in at the end of the turn, dropped in on that objective down there, and around this side... Oh, that's a shame. The first squad of Cataphracti have dropped in here onto that objective. So we will go into shooting now. I know Will doesn't really want me to, but we're going to.
You can skip it if you want.
No, it's all right. I think I'll go with it.
Okay.
And yeah, we'll come back at the end of the shooting phase. All right, so that's the end of turn 1 for the AdMech, for the Good Imperium. Yeah, the Good Imperium for the AdMech and Imperial Fists. So the Fire Raptor stripped 4.
No, 5.
5 wounds off the Predator at the back. 1 more and it would have been at worse stats, unfortunately. Because I'm an idiot and forgot about how range works in this game, the Knight fired his Storm Spear at the Green Knight. I used the command point to illuminate the green one so that I didn't have the -1 to hit. The Knight fired his Storm Spear. He was out of range of everything else. The Breachers were out of range because I'm an idiot. The Vanguard are out of range, but I knew that was going to happen anyway. The Destroyers fired their heavy grav cannons. These two fired at him. And the Terminators around here fired their combi bolters at him. And in total, I think I did, 7 wounds? You start with 24? Yeah, 7 wounds to him. So, you know, it was alright, but not amazing. And the 2 Transuranic Arquebuy fired at the Warlord, hiding down there, and I think they both missed.
They did both.
So that was great. I used 2 command points. What was the first one for? Oh yeah, one to illuminate the Green Knight, and the second one to re-roll the number of shots from my neutron laser, because I rolled a 1 first, and then I re-rolled it and rolled another 1. So that was incredibly awesome. Objective-wise, I scored that one, because I hold number 5, and number 2, and number 1 over there.
Why they came on.
So Supremacy gives me D3 victory points. I'll do that in a second. And I secure objective 2.
Yay.
With the Terminators down here, which is the only reason they came in turn 1.
Yeah.
So D3 points for Supremacy. 3. Hurrah! That makes up for an awful shooting round. So that is the end of my turn. We'll go on to Will now, and he will take the camera in a moment and show you what objectives he's got.
Okay, so let's have a look at the objectives I drew. I drew. You can keep that in, because I can't count and I can't speak English, apparently. So we've got that one there, which shouldn't be too difficult to get. That one there, which is a little bit more difficult, but is doable. And then this one here, which is going to be very hard, I think. But we'll give it a go and see how we do. Now let's move on to the Good Imperium. The good bad Imperium, turn 1.
Okay, end of movement phase, turn 1 for the second time for Will. Okay, so basically everything's just moved forwards.
Yes.
The only things that haven't are the three combat squads rather with heavy bolters. So Predator on the end, Razorback, 2 Land Raiders, Knight, Contemptors, Razorback, Knight, Razorback have all moved up pretty much their maximum move.
Yep.
Oh, and the 2 characters hiding in the middle there.
Moved up.
And the Terminators have deep struck in the middle.
Yep.
So they are sat on objective 4, and I think he just wants to kill the destroyers.
Yep.
I think. Yeah, so there's no psychic. We'll go on to shooting now for Will's Imperium coming up.
I'm just so not used to like buffs of.
Yeah,
buffs.
I know what you mean. So that's been about 20 minutes of Will complaining.
Pretty much.
Shooting again, terrible shooting. 8th edition is the edition of what the hell is going on with these guns? Why aren't they working? So basically, this guy fired at the neutron onager over there and did absolutely nothing.
Okay.
This guy fired his melter gun at the Terminators and missed, and his battle cannon at the breaches over there and did 2 wounds. That was it.
From 9 shots.
From 9 shots, yeah, absolutely. That Razorback fired everything at these guys and I think killed one of the Terminators. And then the bolters and things from here killed the other one, I think.
Yeah.
The Land Raiders essentially did nothing.
They all fired.
I think most of them fired at the Onager
and didn't do anything.
and did basically nothing. I think did he strip a couple of wounds off? I think he did.
I think he did 3 actually.
Yeah. The Terminators and the 2 Contemptors. Oh no, sorry. The 2 Contemptors fired at the destroyers and killed 2 of them.
Yep.
The Terminators there then fired at the Vanguard, killed 4, which was pretty good. The Razorback did maybe a couple of wounds to the Fire Raptor.
Yeah.
I think. The Predator did a couple of wounds to the Fire Raptor.
Yep.
The Knight killed a Vanguard veteran.
And then fired
and that was it.
At them and did nothing.
Yeah, that was it. So yeah, really good. Will killed 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 models that turn.
Yay!
With 3,000 points, 3,500 points.
Yeah.
He's going on to the assault phase now. I know he's got at least 2 to do.
Yep.
Maybe more, but we will see what happens. And we come back after the assault phase.
Actually, I suppose I may have.
You could with the Terminators, in theory.
You can't lose anything because you can't open.
No, exactly. So we're just finishing off the assault phase. I beg your pardon, the charge phase. So we'll charge the Knight into the Vanguard. I missed everything on Overwatch. He's just made it in with his Terminators into the Vanguard as well, which means they're completely screwed. And over here, under Will, his Knight here made it into the Cataphracti. So we've got those fights to come, and we'll come back after that's been resolved. Alright, so that's the end of the assault phase.
Knights are rubbish.
In turn 1, I don't know, you killed 3 Terminators.
True.
So this one ran in and stomped all over the Terminators and killed all of them. And then this one...
The Black Knight is just horrid.
This one came in and stomped all over my Skitari that were left there, the Vanguard. Did 7 wounds in total, I think. And he killed 4. I made 3 6s on my invulnerable saves. And then I didn't do anything back to him. So I think they're going to fall back from combat, and then I'm going to shoot him in the face.
It's a good idea.
With a lot of stuff.
It's a good idea.
So, yes, that's that. We're going on to turn 2. What did you score objective-wise, Mr. G? Obviously only tell me the ones that you scored.
Objective... I'm within range of it.
I think you probably are.
Yep, objective 4 and...
That's objective 4 in the middle there. It's definitely a secure, not a defend.
No, both secure.
Okay, cool.
And objective 6, which is that one there.
6 is that one in the bunker?
And you don't have any morale tests to take because...
I do.
Which one? Oh, of course, you've got them.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, okay.
Well. And I pretty much can't pass it. I think they are 7 base plus 1 if they're within 6 inches of call. Could you double check that for me while I've got the camera? I probably am, but I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Oh, him as well. No, I meant the Vanguard actually.
Oh. Yeah, they are.
Yep. Okay. So yeah. So the breachers, or the destroyers rather. I'm going to double check them. I'm sure the Skitari are 7 base. Oh shit, they're 6 base. Okay, so their leadership's 7, which means they can't. They're both dead.
Yeah.
Because they basically auto fail it. And the breacher, no, the destroyer is 7, so he's 8. They only lost 2, so he could still pass. 3, 4, 5. He's fine, but the Vanguard are dead.
Well done.
Thank you. So what did you score?
Secure objective 4,
Yep.
objective 6, and psychological warfare.
Okay,
1.
lovely. So that's that. We're going into turn 2 now for the AdMech. So it's scores are level. You also got first blood.
You get first blood.
So it's 4 points to 3 to the Dark Angel side of things. What do I want to use canticle-wise? I don't really know. Plus what reroll ones is pointless. Shroud Psalm's the only one that's even vaguely useful at the moment, because I don't really want to be getting anything in combat with stuff. Let's roll for that again then. Shroud Psalm. 3, which I think is Shroud Psalm, but if not, I think it's 4. So I'll double check that and we'll come back once I've done my turn, and we'll tell you what's happening. Yeah, so AdMech and Imperial Fists turn 2 coming up. Okay, and objectives this turn. Make sure Will's not looking.
Yep.
Super sneaky. We've got that one left over from last time, which again, maybe. We've got this one, which is very unlikely, but yeah, very, very unlikely. And we've got that one, which is maybe. I'll go with maybe on that one, depending on what I do with stuff. Okay, so let's get on to... Oh yeah, and actually I was going to check what the canticle was, wasn't I? Let's just do that quickly before I start doing the rest of my turn. I rolled a 3. 3 is Chant of the Remorseless Fist. Reroll 1s for affected units in the fight phase, or 4. I'm going to stick with Shroud Psalm. Go back to that. So get my onagers, get my June Crawlers on a 2-up armor save, which is quite tasty. Okay, so cool. That's it for the pre-turn bit, I suppose.
Yep.
So let's get on to movement turn 2 AdMech.
That's the thing.
Alright, that is the end of movement in turn 2 for the AdMech side of things. The little fire base stayed still because there's no point in moving. It means I can't fire the Transuranics if I move. These guys stayed still because they're already in rapid fire range of the knight anyway, so there was no point moving them. The knight has moved up. Oh, actually, let's do that in the order in which it happened. These guys backed up a bit and came around the corner. The knight then moved up and round, ready to charge either the knight or the Terminators, depending on what happens. The Vanguard in the middle have jumped forwards, either going to charge the Terminators or maybe that Contemptor over there. Actually, I might give it a shot on that one. The Fire Raptor has zoomed over this way, about, well, longer than its minimum move. I can't remember exactly how far it was. The second squad of Cataphracti have dropped in behind the Predator to try and get rid of that. And the Captain and the Assault Terminators have dropped in here to potentially charge his Warlord. Or the Land Raiders. Or everything, maybe, because I could, in theory, do that. So, that's the end of the movement phase. We're going to shooting. In fact, that's not the end of the movement phase, because he is going to repair that guy. For D3 wounds. 6. So that goes back to full health, like that. So now it's into shooting, and we'll come back once it's been resolved.
Yeah.
Okay, so yet another mostly disappointing shooting phase. The Breachers over there, and the Knight, and Call, and this Onager with the Icarus Array fired at the Black Knight over there, and I think I've taken him down to 13 wounds now.
13 wounds now.
So that's not too bad. Did 9 wounds to him that time. 11 wounds to him.
Yeah,
11 wounds. This one here fired its 2 heavy stubbers at the Terminators, I think did 1 wound.
Yep.
Fired its neutron laser, again rolled a 1 for the number of shots.
Well, no,
again tried to re-roll it. Oh, no,
rolled a 2.
sorry, rolled a 2, but it's D3, so it's 1. Then re-rolled it and got another 1. So that was brilliant. And then missed the Knight, which was awesome. The Tech Priest out of range. He was going to try and ping off that last Terminator with a cheeky Volkite shot, but he's out of range. The 2 Transuranic Arquebuy from here took 2 wounds off the Chaplain over there, which was nice. Bolt Pistol and Crack Grenade from the Vanguard did nothing to the Contemptor.
Nope.
The Fire Raptor.
The
Fire Raptor. 418 points of why did I bring this? One of the heavy ball turrets fired at the Razorback and did 3 wounds? 4 wounds. The other one fired at the Predator and did 1 or maybe 2. Then the missiles and the Avenger Cannon, or Punisher Cannon rather, fired at the Land Raider and did 2 wounds. These guys down here, all their all their combi bolters and the grenade harness did a couple of wounds.
The grenade harness it did.
It was, yeah. Actually, the grenade harness did a wound. So that was that. That's the end of my shooting phase. I've got some assaults to try. The knight is probably going to go into the Terminator. Maybe, or the other knight. I haven't decided which yet. I'll work that out in a second. The Vanguard are going into the Contemptor. Around here, the Cataphracti are going into the Predator. And I'm tempted to try and multi-charge the Warlord and that Land Raider. Because I think they're roughly equidistant. So we'll do that and we'll come back in a mo. Alright, that's the end of the assault for the charge phase, rather, for the AdMech in turn 2. The Knight failed his charge on the other Knight and lost 3 hull points to Overwatch. Wounds, rather, to Overwatch. The Vanguard made it into this Contemptor. No damage taken on Overwatch. The Terminators made it into this Land Raider. I declared a multi-charge on the Warlord and the Land Raider. Made it into the Land Raider and the Warlord. Took 1 wound to Overwatch. Then this guy failed his charge, unfortunately. And these guys failed their charge into the Predator. No wounds to Overwatch. So that's that. We'll go on to fighting now and see what we can do with some Thunderhammers and things. Let's do it. Alright, so that's the end of the assault phase in turn 2 for the AdMech and Imperial Fists. As we saw, failed the charge with the Knight, lost some wounds to Overwatch. Over here did 5 wounds to the Contemptor and lost 3 guys in return, which is unfortunate because that's all my Storm Shields gone. Round here, Will interrupted the fight cycle and killed one of my Terminators. I then hit him back with 3 Thunderhammers and absolutely murdered the captain and did 3 wounds to the Land Raider. So that was good. We'll now go on to... Oh, objectives. What did I get? Kingslayer.
Nice.
So that's D3 points and plus Warlord, obviously. Did I get that one? Nope. Did I get that one? No. Okay. So D3 points plus 1 for Warlord is 2. So 3 more points to me, which puts us on... We'll work it out and come back. I'll let you know in Will's turn. So we're going on to Dark Angel's successor and Knight's turn 2.
Indeed. And on that note, let's look at my objectives. So we've got that one there, which is... Sorry. That's right. Matt's just dying. That's doable. Definitely doable, that one, because I think I already have it. That one might be tricky, but doable. And then last but not least, that one should definitely happen this turn, but we will see. Let's go on and see. Oh, by the way, those are my socks. Hi. It's going to be one of those battle reports, isn't it? Yeah, let's go see. Yeah, that's true. Let's go see what I can do. Wait.
Okay, so that's the end of the movement phase. Is it the end of the movement phase, Will? Do you want to change your mind again?
Oh, wait, no, it's fine. Okay,
that's the end of the movement phase. In turn 2 for the Dark Angels successor chapter, who don't have a name. No. Predator stayed still.
Yes.
Razorback stayed still. Squad disembarked.
Yes.
Land Raider moved out of combat.
Yep.
Unhurt or unengaged Contemptor moved towards the Terminators.
Yes, indeed.
Land Raider ran away from the Terminators, but wasn't in combat anyway, so it can still shoot. Chapter moved forwards a little bit. These guys didn't move. These 2 squads in here shimmied that way a little bit to get a couple, to maybe get 1 or 2 in rapid fire of the Fire Raptor. This guy moved forwards.
Yep.
The Knight moved forwards. He's just outside of an inch on those Vanguard in there.
Yep.
This Knight moved up. He's just outside of an inch of my Knight, which is risky, running into a hail of gunfire. That guy ran round the corner.
Yep.
That guy just moved forwards, I think.
Am I tap him?
No, the Razorback.
Yes, he just moved forward.
Okay, so that's the end of the movement phase. We're going into shooting now. Yeah, let's see if it can be as terrible as the last one was. Alright, so that's the end of the shooting phase in turn 2. How the hell is this only... This can't be turn 2.
It is. This is my turn 2. It's my second shooting phase.
Excellent. Turn 2 for the Dark Angels. These guys fired at the Fire Raptor. Maybe did a wound, I think.
Maybe a couple of wounds, yeah.
These guys fired at the Terminators. down there did 1 wound.
Yep.
Those guys and the Razorback fired at the Terminators.
Yep.
Killed 2, I want to say. This guy fired at the Cataphractii, killed 1. Land Raider in the middle fell back, so couldn't shoot.
Yep.
The Contemptor in the middle here fired at the Fire Raptor, and I think he took off a couple of wounds as well. Land Raider here fired at the Knight, which Will lit up with the command point thing.
Quite a few wounds.
Took 10 wounds off it, I think, so that was pretty good. The Knight killed a Breacher and the last Destroyer, I think.
Yep.
This guy did kill a Vanguard. That was it.
Yes,
He killed a Vanguard. Go Knight. And these guys did nothing. So that was cool. Oh, and the Razorback in there put a wound on the Onager there. So that's the end of the shooting phase. We're going into charge phase now. So we'll do that, and then we'll come back after that actually. Okay, so that's the end of the charge phase. So the Knight made it into the Vanguard, unsurprisingly. He was just over an inch away. The Knight made it into the Knight, no damage on Overwatch, which was irritating. The Chaplain's in with the Vanguard. The Dreadnought and the Tactical Squad are in against those Terminators. He didn't have any Overwatch, so it was absolutely fine. And that's it. So we'll get some fights done, and then we'll come back at the end of the assault phase. Right, so that's the end of the assault phase in turn 2, and that's the end of turn 2. So the Dark Angels have just finished their turn. Assault phase, what happened? So if we started with the Knights, he did 18 wounds, I think, to the Knight, and killed it. And it didn't explode, so that was entertaining.
Yep.
This Knight down here stomped all over my poor little Skitari. There was 4 left and he did 6 wounds. Yeah, he stomped all over them. The Chaplain killed the 2 Vanguard in combat before the Dreadnought got to strike. And over here, no wounds dealt out on either side, which was always enjoyable. So, I think... What did you score, Will? Because the score is currently 6 points to 3, I think. Possibly 4.
Possibly 4. Yeah, the only thing I got was Blood and Guts. D3 victory points if I destroyed 3 units, which I did.
You did 1, 2, 3.
So I get D3 for
Yep,
that.
turn them upside down. Thank you. 1. Excellent. Okay, so that's the end of that. It's turn 3 now for the AdMech. I'm going to choose... What have I got left? There's basically no point Shroud.
I discard it.
Nope, that's fine. There's basically no point Shroud Sarming it again. So I'm going to do +1 strength, I think, in combat. May as well.
Yep, why not?
Because, there's no point Shroud Sarming it, and that will do. So we'll do that. I'm going to draw 2 objectives. So I've got left that one. I have just drawn that one, which is unlikely to happen, but we'll give it a shot. And that one, which is even more unlikely. Brilliant. Okay, so this is not going well. Turn 3, AdMech coming up. Okay, so that's the end of the movement phase. Healed a wound, or the only wound on that Onager. Call and the 2 Breachers have moved around, so I'm going to shoot at the Knight and then probably charge the Terminator, even though I think that's probably a bad idea. Nobody moved in my little castle in the corner. This guy's dropped into the hover mode equivalent. Captain's moved up. Cataphractii have moved up. That's all I've got left on the table. So it's going to be a short shooting phase, I think. But let's get on to that and see what happens. Right, what happened? So let's start in this corner over here, where all the joy and wonder of this turn transpired. Well, we'll save the best till last.
Yeah.
3 galvanic rifles from the Rangers fired at the Terminator, hiding over there, did nothing. 2 transuranic arquebuses fired at the Chaplain,
He's gone.
who was there and killed him. So that was nice. The Dominus fired at the Knight with his Volkite thingy and did nothing. Oh, did a wound.
Yeah.
Did a wound. Then flipping neutron laser again was rubbish, but the Stubbers took a wound off the Knight, I think.
Yeah.
That guy took a couple of wounds, 3 wounds off this guy.
Yeah.
Call did 3 wounds, I think, to the knight in the middle.
Yeah.
He did a pretty decent number, and the 2 torsion cannons did a couple of wounds there as well.
Yep.
Moving around this side, again, we're going to save the best till bleeding last. These guys did nothing, actually. They fired their combi bolters at the Razorback and the grenade harness at that guy and did, basically nothing. Yeah. Where to start? Now, before we go any further, it's on 7 wounds left, so it is on 4s to hit.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. So the 2 sets of missile launchers fired at the Land Raider, and either all missed or all failed to wound. The ball turret in that side fired at these guys. 12 shots. I think I got 2 hits, 2 or 3 hits. The rest were 1s and 2s, and yep, no damage, as you can see. That squad's still there. This ball turret fired at these guys. I killed one.
You did better to hit, but then you only
Killed one.
like 3 times.
Got one.
And then I failed.
You've paid for all your points back now with that 1 tactical marine. And that was that, yeah, so I killed one of those guys. And then the Gatling cannons in the front fired at the Contemptor over there. I was hitting on 5s because I'm further than 18 inches away.
You pretty much missed everything.
I didn't do anything at all. Basically, this has been 418 points of useless for this entire game. Okay, we're going into assaults now. I've got 3 to make, so I may as well do them on camera because it's essentially the end of the game anyway. I've basically not got any units left. These guys are going into the
Tank?
Predator. So would you like to do some Overwatch?
I would. 2d3 from the Predator water cannon.
Yep.
Is 2 shots.
Yep.
No hits.
No hits. 2 last cannons.
No hits.
No hits. I need a 3. I think we've worked it out.
Yep.
Double 1s? No,
You're in.
10. Excellent. So that's something at least. So they're going in
See
there.
if you can kill it though.
My captain is going into the tactical squad.
Okay. You are in.
That'll do. Now, this one over here, I'm still not entirely sure what I'm going to do. He's got 5 wounds left. I've got 4 attacks on the charge with the breaches. So the breaches are going into the knight.
Okay.
Would you like to Overwatch?
No. Yes, I will. So the Subber.
Yep.
Is a hit.
It's 2 hits, blimey. 5s.
Nothing.
Excellent. Mouth gun.
Mouth gun. Is a miss.
Excellent.
And the battle cannon.
How many shots we got?
9.
Okay, lovely. Get you some dice. There we go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 shots. Hitting on the 6s.
So we kill both of them, and then when Call charges, you kill him too. Ha ha! Okay, so they charge in
And get.
5 inches. So they're in.
Yep.
Like that, and I'm going to charge Call in there as well.
Get you in.
Yep. Like that. Okay, so that's the end of my charge phase. We just go into the combats, and then we'll come back at the end of the fight phase. Alright, so that's the end of this. It's the end of AdMech turn 3. What happened? Combat over here. Call and the breaches put another 5 wounds or so, something like that.
Did a couple of wounds.
Did some knights on the wound, some wounds on the knight, and he's down to 4 now.
Yep.
Which is cool. He then struck back when it was his turn and put 6 wounds on Call. He was very sad he didn't get the second wound through, the second hit through. Moving down the table, nothing else going on until we get round here. So we'll start this side. Pretty much the only success of the turn. The Cataphractii Terminators killed the Predator. So I'm going to count that as a moral victory.
It did take all of them. It was the last guy.
It was the last guy to punch it, yeah. The captain charged in and did absolutely nothing. But then, on the flip side, the tactical squad did nothing back to me.
No.
I did 3 wounds to the Contemptor, and he then killed the Terminator that had 1 wound left there. So that's the end of my turn. Let's have a look at my cards. See if I score anything. That is the only one I scored. No prisoners.
No prisoners.
So I get... Did I kill anything in the shooting phase? I didn't, did I?
No.
Nope. Of course I didn't.
No,
I
you
killed
killed
a
the
tactical
chaplain.
marine. Oh, and the chaplains. That's 2. But I needed 3.
Ah.
And I don't have that one. And I don't have that one. Okay, so 1 more point to me. Score is currently 7 points to 5, I want to say. Just double check for me.
Yep, 7-5.
Cool, 7-5. And yeah, going on to Dark Angels turn 3. Okay, so let's have a look at my objectives. We've got that one there from last turn, which should be fine because I've already been on it for a turn, and so I should
claim it at the end of this turn. That one's going to be slightly more difficult. I should be able to claim everything except possibly that one over there, but we'll see what happens. And then the last one, that one there, should be able to get, because that's the way I'm going anyway. But let's have a look and see where we are at the end of my turn.
Alright, that's the end of the movement phase in turn 3 for the Dark Angels. So this knight's just moved up. He's now just outside an inch of the Onager.
Yes.
The 2 Razorbacks have moved around. One of them disgorged its cargo there. You're going to try a charge into the breaches. Land Raiders move forwards. Contemptors move backwards.
Yep.
This guy moved, but everyone else stayed still.
Yep.
So the Heavy Bolters moved. They stayed still. They stayed still. The Razorback stayed still because he's going to unload Plasma Death into those guys. Oh, and the Terminator has moved around.
Well.
Yeah. Okay. So, shooting phase.
The shooting phase.
Yes. We'll see how much more of a game there is left to
Yeah.
play. Okay. So here we go. Shooting phase, turn 3, Dark Angels. All right. Brilliant. So that might have been the best end of a shooting phase that we've ever had in any game ever.
Yeah, I think so.
So let's start over this side.
Yeah.
What happened? These guys, all 3 tactical squads and that Contemptor and a couple of guns on a Land Raider or something basically stripped 4 hull points off, 4 wounds rather, off the Fire Raptor. The Razorback, the very first thing in the turn, again a nice bit of,
we had a great start,
nice bit of humour, great start and a great end. Will decided to overcharge the Plasma because obviously Terminators have now got 2 wounds each. Rolled a 1 and it died.
Yeah, because the Razorback entry doesn't just say it takes a mortal wound, it literally says
remove the model.
Remove the model.
Yeah. So that was fun.
Yeah.
Those guys are locked in combat. This Land Raider did some...
That one fired...
Yeah, one last cannon at the back.
The Onagers.
Yep, the neutron laser one.
Yep.
And did shed loads of wounds actually to it.
Did quite a lot, yeah.
I think it dropped it down to 4 or something. Then this guy in the middle, that Land Raider, fired at both of the Onagers and did a number of wounds each. Oh yeah, and killed one of the Rangers. These 2 fired at the Fire Raptor all the way over there. Didn't do anything because they moved and they're at -1 because it's outside of 18 inches. And then the Knight
shot...
killed the last of the Ranger.
There was only one left.
So what happened next? So the
there were 2 Onagers.
Icarus Onager was brought down to 1 wound by the Land Raider, I think it was.
Yeah.
The Bolters
Just
in
the
that
Bolters.
tactical squad there then took off its last wound.
Yeah.
The Neutron Onager had been reduced to 3
Yep.
by a combination of fire from other places. So the Icarus Onager exploded.
Yep.
Did 3 mortal wounds to my Dominus.
Yep.
And 3 mortal wounds to my Neutron
Taking
Laser
it to
Onager,
0
taking it to 0. So we removed the Icarus guy. We then rolled to see what happened to the Neutron Laser guy, and he exploded as well, which was excellent. So he exploded, did a mortal wound to the Razorback, killed the Dominus, put 2 mortal wounds on the Knight, and 3 mortal wounds on the Rangers.
For my mortal wounds, I rolled 4 6s.
Yeah,
so
pretty much. So yeah, that corner's just completely gone now.
Yep.
So yeah, that was brilliant. It was very
I'll take
funny.
the trade of a Razorback.
Yeah, I think I would too. Right, so that's that. So we'll go on to the charges. Have you got anybody making any
I've
charges?
got a few people making charges.
Do you want to just do them on camera now?
Yeah.
In fact, we'll just do the whole of the rest of the fight phase on camera.
So Terminator's going in there.
Okay, yep, he's fine. He's out just outside of an inch.
They're going into there.
Excellent. You need to roll that one.
8.
Yeah, probably. Yep. Okay, so they're going into the breaches. Anyone around here? Going into anything? Can a Contemptor do it?
He's going to try and go into
Yeah,
there.
it's a pretty long bomb charge, but he might be able to make it.
No Overwatch, so...
No.
7.
No.
They're going to stay where they are.
Okay, so that's your lot, I think.
That is everything.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll come back after the fight phase.
Yep.
Alright, so that's the end of turn 3 for the Blood Angels, and the end of turn 3 in total. The Breachers died, I think it was the Tacticals that killed them all in the end.
Yeah, it was.
But unbelievably. And I did 2 more wounds to the Knight with Call. The Knight did nothing back to me, which was nice. Down here, the Dreadnought killed the last remaining Assault Terminator.
Yep.
I did 1 wound with my Captain, and then I had 1 wound done back to me. So that's the end of turn 3. What did you score, Will?
Defend objective 6 because I got that last turn.
Okay, yep. So you've held that for 2 turns, yep. Excellent. That's this one down here.
Yep. And then behind enemy lines, which I believe my knight is in.
Yep. And your Razorback and your other
right?
knight and probably not your Terminator.
Yeah.
But you got 3 units there.
So, because...
Yeah, 2 knights and a Razorback.
So that's D3.
Yep.
And then 2 for defender. So D3 for that is 2.
So in answer to your question, you're going to win.
So that's 4 points.
Yep. Excellent. So... that's the end of turn 3.
Mm-hmm.
I've got 5 units left. 5 models left on the table.
One of whom...
Oh, sorry, 6 models. I forgot about the fucking useless Fire Raptor. Okay, so... I mean, I'm going to concede. Because... I'll tell you what, actually. I'm going to show you what I've got things, and then I'll draw my next one, and we'll make a decision then. So, I've got Secure Objective 2. Not going to happen. Secure Objective 4. Not going to happen. And I drew Secure Objective 3. Not going to happen.
I mean, probably not.
No. So the best I can do is kill your knight.
You can kill the knight.
With Call.
Yeah.
And theoretically get those Terminators in combat, kill those Tactical Marines, maybe kill the Contemptor, and get a point for behind enemy lines.
Yeah.
That's it. So you're already winning 10 points to 7 or 11 to 7 or something.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Plus First Blood.
No, 9 including First Blood.
Oh, plus Linebreaker.
Plus 9.
10. And yeah, I've got 6, or I think I've got 7. There's no way I can win this, and it's just that has been useless all game.
It has been really bad. I think it's killed 1 Marine, maybe pink.
I think it took some whole points off the Predator in the first turn.
But
that was about it.
Else.
Yeah. So yeah, that's so that was good. Well played.
Yeah, thank you.
Will lost 4 Terminators, a Captain, a couple of Tactical Marines, a Razorback, and a Predator.
Yeah.
I lost a Knight, 2 Onagers, Breachers, Destroyers, Rangers, 2 squads of Vanguard, 3 squads of Terminators.
Well, yeah.
No, 2 squads of Terminators and a squad of Vanguard. And a Tech Priest.
Although I did no damage to the Tech Priest, so you can't blame me for that.
To be fair, it was my vehicles that killed the Tech Priest, and I didn't. And you killed your own Razorback.
I did kill my own Razorback.
So, yeah, that was significantly worse than I was expecting it to be.
I thought,
there was some absolutely terrible dice rolling on both sides.
The first couple of turns, we hardly did any damage to each other just because it was so bad.
But on the plus side, Call against a Knight. That's pretty cool.
We can roll that if you
it's pointless.
If you want to kill the Knight.
Nah. I mean, I do, but there's no point doing it. Yeah, so vehicles are still very, very strong.
They are. I mean, my list was very vehicle heavy.
It was, but you could have done far worse.
Yeah,
I've seen how many Dark Angel vehicles you've got. You could have done far worse.
Yeah, I mean, Razorbacks are 110 points. I don't think they're super amazing.
No, they didn't do a massive amount, but they kept all your tacticals safe.
Yeah.
You didn't lose a single squad of Tactical Marines.
No, that's true.
Having
2 Knights, the thing is, they've got a lot of wounds and they're survivable, but the damage output isn't great.
It doesn't seem great.
Battle Cannons, I don't think I did that much with them.
No, there were a couple of times where you fired at the breaches, I think, and just basically did nothing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm disappointed with my Knight. He's not performed particularly well so far in all the games we've played. I think the problem is I gave him the Thunderstrike Gauntlet, which is -1 to hit. And it always seems like the only time he ever gets in combat is when he's at -1 because of his remaining wounds anyway.
And he didn't get to shoot first turn with his main gun.
No, but that was my decision to put him at the back.
I know, but I mean that could have...
Yeah,
done
but then equally the units in range it wouldn't have done very much to anyway, probably.
No, that's true.
So... But anyway, that was good fun.
It was a good
victory to the Imperium.
Yeah. Well, actually, that's a good point. Does he pass the test because he
No,
died?
he's dead.
Like...
No, of course not. He's dead. He fails.
He didn't really do much leading, did he?
He did nothing, especially because you forgot for 2 turns that he gave rerolls to people. Yep.
Yeah, he needs to go back.
He does. So
camp.
next game with that guy is training part 2, I think, and we'll see what happens that time.
I might model on like a
little dunce cap.
Yeah.
Excellent. So yeah, training day part 1
Yeah.
results in a victory for the Dark Angels.
Yeah.
Although both of your HQs are dead.
They are both dead.
So yeah, interesting. So yeah, but a failure for the captain in Gravis armor, but a success for the Dark Angels. Successor chapter, who we don't know the name of yet.
Darker Angels.
Darker Angels, even more Dark Angels. So yes, that was really good fun. Immensely bloody.
It was very
And one of these days I'd really like to get a game of 8 that lasts longer than 3 turns.
Yes.
Because that's pretty crazy that everything just died so soon. There's definitely a turning point where, as you say, first turn didn't really do much, second turn it started to get better, and then turn 3 just everything died.
Yeah.
But yes, very good fun. Thank you very much for watching. We hope you enjoyed that.
Indeed.
And we'll catch you in the next one.
See you later.
Thank you all.